the Sussex's so-called truth continues to crumble around them after Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, poured doubt on the claim that she taught Meghan how to curtsy for the Queen. In an interview with The Telegraph, Fergie said, "I don't really know Meghan. I haven't really met her," adding, "I spoke to her at the funeral and I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. I think she is beautiful." And this flies in the face of claims made by the Montecito moaners in both their Oprah interview and Harry's book, Spare, or should that be Where, or indeed Spite, that Fergie had been a crucial part of their lives while in the royal family. Okay, right. Despite the lack of interaction, though, Fergie still offered some advice for the couple amid their never-ending bust-up with the press. Well, joining me now to weigh in is renowned royal biographer, it's Tom Bauer. Tom, thank you very much. Is Meghan allergic to the truth?
Well, her truth is her weapon. Our truth is her enemy. That's the real problem. But this is a battle. This is a real battle for the truth and a battle for the monarchy that we're now facing.
Indeed. Now, obviously, Harry is caught up in all of this. And look, I don't mind saying, we were having a little chat just a moment ago there, and you've got a bit of a theory about why Harry continues to go along with this stuff.
Well, I think what's really happening at the moment, I mean, that extraordinary exchange with the therapist on Saturday. On reflection, here is one of the heirs to the throne, sixth in line, who goes on TV to not only confess that he is suffering mental problems, but says that the solution to his problems were, amongst many other drugs, illegal psychedelic drugs, which was an astonishing thing to say, that he felt much better if he took these mind-bending drugs. And his whole manner in that hour on Saturday, it was all about himself. It was very self-indulgent. Criticism, of course, about his father and the whole royal family and all the rest of it. But at the end of it, you thought, this selfish, self-indulgent, rather dim man, what is he doing? Why is he pouring this out? Now, firstly, of course, he loves the publicity. Here he is, he's completely uncontrolled. He can attack everyone and gets lots of attention. And he's now become a chronic attention seeker.
Like a seal at a zoo.
He really is, and he loves it. And he's earning his money from it. That's his whole... Attacking the royal family now has become his main source of income. But I then reflected there's something even more sinister about this all, because ever since the Netflix series, we've had Harry and endless interviews to promote his book, and now up comes this 1 hour extravaganza with a very weird quack who believes in therapy and admits all sorts of sins and all the rest of it. But there's no Meghan. And what is fascinating is that Meghan, the person who really fired up this whole crisis, is absent. And I began thinking that really this is really very clever of her. She is sending Harry out to fight her battle. She stays in obscurity. He fights, she's using him to fight her enemies. That's the Windsor family, the royal family. He is the one who can take all the flak, and she stands back. So he has become now her puppet in a way which was not clear, I think, until Saturday.
Royal biographer Tom Bauer has made an explosive claim that Prince Harry has become Meghan Markle's puppet, the public figure she uses to fight her battles, push her agenda, and leave the monarchy behind. Tonight we'll unpack this allegation in full, how one prince may have surrendered his power, and what that means for him, for Meghan, and for the crown. Let's go back to 2018. Harry meets Meghan. A princess of sorts, a Hollywood actress. The world loves it. But according to Bauer, something deeper was already unfolding. Meghan, he claims, researched Harry's weaknesses long before the headlines. Harry, meanwhile, a prince in conflict, bored with formality and searching for purpose. Bauer writes that Meghan offered him an escape, but at what cost? He suggests the power dynamic shifted from Harry leading to Harry following. By the time they stepped back from the monarchy, the roles, many say, had morphed. Harry, once the high-profile prince-carrying tradition, became the mouthpiece for Meghan's brand, her fights, her platform. Tom Bauer's words are sharp. She is using Harry to fight her battles. Think about it. Harry appears, the camera rolls, Meghan's narrative is amplified. The personal becomes public. The royal becomes brand. And critics say Harry is not driving, he's being driven.
Today.
Yes, I mean, obviously you could imagine that his mouth is moving purely because Meghan has her hand inserted somewhere and it's right up there like a puppet. You could picture that, couldn't you, really? But when it comes to this kind of stuff now, do you not think it is really noticeable that Harry was next to Meghan when she was telling her truth. I mean, they wheeled him in like a, I don't know, an idiot, really, after this Oprah interview. But when it comes to Meghan now, she is separate. She is distinct. She's leaving him on her own. And I can't help but wonder whether or not she's trying to let him create this picture as damaged goods and that she's there to look after him and this is what she's got to deal with at home. Your views on that?
Well, I think that many people thought that Harry was brainwashed when he was still in England, and that when he went to California and she promised him freedom, he grabbed it because he was besotted by her, and it was all about his neediness. Now it's got, I think, much worse. She now is completely manipulating him to fight her battle against the royal family, because the coronation, which is the most important event to come, and for many years, is, of course, will give King Charles his whole status for the rest of his short reign. And if Harry is able to destabilise it, if Harry, by playing his games, by attacking the king more and more, is able to...
Can I just ask on this one? Because there are strong schools of thought that suggest that Harry is not particularly bright, OK? And Meghan, if she is just a pound-shop Z-list actress, surely the full might of the monarchy should be able to overcome unnecessary distractions from Winch and Ginge, and they've not been able to do that yet, and I find that weird.
When Meghan remains silent, Harry speaks. When Meghan wants focus, Harry provides it. The partnership has been transformed into a spectacle, and Bauer argues Harry has signed up to it. But what is Harry getting in return? A new identity? A voice? Or just another frontman role? What does it cost a man to become a puppet? Tom Bauer suggests everything. Loyalty to family, clarity of purpose, reputation. He says Harry abandoned the monarchy's path to follow a narrative curated by Meghan, using his title, his past, his name as tools for her mission. Meanwhile, the royal family watches, not just his departure but his transformation. And for many the question is, where is Harry's voice? The man who used to speak for service is now speaking for branding. This isn't simply love or alliance. It's power, direction, and consequence. Because when a prince becomes someone else's vehicle, it's more than personal. It becomes institutional.
Well, you're right, and I think that's very much because King Charles is weak. He's worried. He's, on the whole, he's not a decisive man who wants to, in the end, axe Harry and Meghan from the scene. Now, I do think that his decision to evict them from Frogmore was a sign of great optimism for those of us who've been advocating, especially on this programme, that he should be tougher.
I heard a little rumour about that, and that rumour was that potentially William wanted them nowhere near the royal circle because he didn't trust them around the other royal children that there would be there, because he didn't want them indoctrinated by this rubbish.
Well, I don't think William wants him in the picture, full stop. And he's quite right. And more to the point, I think Kate doesn't, because she's been insulted by Meghan and Harry. And I think Camilla, the Queen, also, having been called the wicked stepmother, does want Harry there. So I think the eviction from Frogmore is the first stage. But he's got to do more, Charles. He's got to say to Harry, of course you're invited, my dear son, but it's row 54 for you behind the column. Do you still want to come? And I think, in the end, what happened on Saturday and Meghan's invisibility is all, in the end, a threat to Charles, that Meghan is playing the shots and he's now got to answer back and cut them down.
Look, it's a question that's worthwhile being asked, given the context of what we've just spoken about. I mean, do you actually fear that Harry is a victim of some kind of quite nasty domestic issues here?
Well, he's a victim of his own stupidity and his own folly, and he's a victim as well, in the sense now, of Meghan, who's playing him. But the only way to stop the whole thing is for the king to actually announce...
It's lies and lies and lies, isn't it? I mean, this idea now that Fergie can come out and go, well, I've never actually really met Meghan. Why would she sit there in front of Oprah and say, oh, she taught me how to curtsy?
Well, because in the end, that is actually irrelevant whether she knows Fergie. We know that there were 17 major lies in the Oprah Winfrey interview.
But it's just another one, isn't it?
And we know it's another one. But his book was full of distortions too, Harry's book. And we're now faced with a crisis, growing crisis. Will the coronation be overshadowed by the Montecito too, or is Harry going to be expelled and King Charles will take...
Bauer argues the monarchy is hurt by it. Its relevance, its unity, its identity. Harry's role has shifted from heir apparent's brother to media personality. And Meghan? The conductor. For the British public, the shift is jarring. They expected a prince ready to serve. Instead, they see a couple building a separate empire. And that empire, critics say, is built on the prince's image, not his independent voice. So where does this leave Harry? Can a prince break free from the strings someone else holds? According to Bauer, the first step would be reclaiming the narrative, stepping out of Meghan's shadow rather than deeper into it. But with deals, branding, and media commitments already in motion, the freedom to step back becomes harder. And for Meghan, if the puppet master role yields what she wants, will Harry ever matter as more than the puppet? This isn't just power play, it's identity and legacy in collision. Prince Harry's journey began as the spare prince of duty. But now Tom Bauer and others argue he is less spare and more puppet, directed by love, by branding, by a narrative he didn't craft. The question remains, when the strings are pulled by someone else who is truly free? Do you believe Meghan is controlling Harry's story, or is he still calling the shots? Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe for more bold royal breakdowns, deeper takes, and the truth behind the headlines.